And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to drop to another channel so I can chit chat. Okay. Have fun. Goodbye. All right, everybody. What we're going to do is we're not going to stream, but we're going to stream, but not stream. Uh, we are going to work on some cleanup of Sanctuary, and oh, that is super loud. Uh, that's still loud. I'll have to adjust it here. Which one? This one or this one? That one. Okay. Um, we are going to do some cleanup on Sanctuary. I'd been working on it for a minute, and then I realized that I'd been working on it way longer, so maybe I should drop a video of it or grab a video of it so it's not like, I used a magic wand. Let me see if I can adjust this sound because it is killing me. Okay, that's better. If it's too quiet for you, let me know. We'll make some adjustments before the next time we get a little rowdy. What I was saying is I'll do until I burn out on this or I want to go do something super major. I figured I'd do a video. Someone could look at it and see that like I genuinely did the work. I didn't farm it out to somebody else and say, hey man, go clean up my Fallout place for me because I'm feeling lazy and don't want to. I actually very much enjoy, it's kind of idyllic in my brain, doing this phase. And I usually do the same thing over and over when I replay the game for, second, third, 20th time. But sometimes I've seen stuff or I've seen somebody do something in another video I want to try. So everything's not always 100% the same it was in a previous playthrough for me. I did not intend to do that. Wow, I just snatched up some perfectly fine stuff. Just ran through it. Wanted to clean up a lot of the dead trees and the stuff that is just a pain to have to keep dealing with. And get that set and then maybe work a couple of small missions that aren't uber super critical and going to change the way the entirety of everything works. And it also gives me an opportunity to see once again like what we have that's of value, what we can store for a different place. Some of this stuff to me is perfectly fine. Some of this stuff is just straight scrap, so gotta figure what that is, and then I want to do somebody's talking to me, and I don't know who it is. I wanted maybe to also go over the fact that because Friday we'd had a little bit of difficulty, I skipped looting the Corvega factory to the bone. And I did justify not doing it because we will be back in there several more times. But that's not normally how I play because we'd had a bad start. I was concerned that, there was 20 minutes of it just not working for us till I got it fixed, and I really wanted to make some progress. Had we not had that problem, I am pretty sure I would have looted Corvega to the walls. A friend of mine, Romeo, mentioned that he was surprised that I didn't. And he and I have a similar play style. We want to get every single thing. We're both about the free and the looting and finding all the secrets and stuff like that. And I realized that in wanting to, have content and it to be fairly exciting, because we'd had a bad start, that I just kind of skipped over doing some of the stuff I normally would have done. I would have had a little slower pace. We would have still been to Corvega, but I wouldn't have felt like I didn't have time to do a couple of things. So thank you, Romeo. That was a good combo. I really appreciated it. So what I'm doing is it is Sunday night, and I had not intended to stream. I am streaming on Xbox right now, so anybody on Xbox will know. But I am recording this and capturing this to put on the Twitch channel cold, so the content and the progression isn't lost, and somebody doesn't feel like they missed out on something big, because then they can always look and see what was done. And I do want to do a couple of things other than just this. Someone is walking up on me. Oh, it's Mr. Handy. Just to kind of shake around a little bit, and each playthrough, no matter how close or different you make it, it does take on a life of its own, and that kind of sometimes dictates what kind of run you're going to have with a game. I also wanted to thank everybody that had watched Everybody wave at Chuck. He's probably not watching this. I wanted to thank everybody that had watched the Friday video for Fallout. I appreciate it. We've upped some stuff on the channel. There's some social connections now, because I remembered that I keep saying drop me a line, and some of you know where to drop me a line, or Smoke Signals, Pony Express, Wild Wild West, something. But I didn't think anybody else did, so we connected our Insta and a Twitter. That's not what I want to do. I wanted to do that to the About section. So when I say drop me a line, if I'm doing something really, really jacked up, or I've totally borked something, now you know where to yell at me, and I will try to keep up with that. Because I want to hear your input, and I appreciate the time you spend looking at stuff. I would hate for it to be super messed up. So we're going to keep scrapping this place to the bone. I'm trying to keep some stuff that I always keep in place, and I'm trying to make it so it's a little cleaner and sharper. And usually Sanctuary is one of our bigger settlements. That being said, there's a lot we can do here, and we can genuinely make Sanctuary our water farm. But we have enough open ground that we could genuinely do a lot with Sanctuary, whereas some of the other places, barely enough, food and water location to do just the very least amount. Here, we can go a little bit more crazy, but of course, the more our settlement has in it, the more likely it is to be attacked by raiders. And that's another reason why I'm rattling around here a little bit. there's usually a few little raids in the beginning, and I would like to be able to partake of the defense of the settlement if we need to, uh, because killing the bad guys will give us access to some more weaponry that we can then pass out. And that's something else that Romeo mentioned. I wasn't overly loot happy at Corvega on guns. I left the junkier stuff there. And he's correct. I was just cutting the curve a little bit on it. But if we get raided, usually the quality of their weapons is a little bit better. So we would definitely want to make sure to run out and get everything. We can get our hot little mitts on, because we're probably going to need it. We have a substantial amount of self-defense built into this base, but that is not the end-all be-all. Just because a base has a high protection does not guarantee that it's never going to be attacked. So I want to get this cleaned up. I want to get some decent, or a little more decent, housing for my people. Select. We're going to put this on. This won't fit up here. Why won't that fit up there? Because it's just being obstinate. That's why. That's fine. We'll stick it right over here. I think we'll be okay. I think we've got a fairly decent start. We've got some okay chairs and stuff like that. So it'll be good. It'll definitely be good. And then whatever work I do today in just this video also means it's that much more we can go to running down raiders and stuff like that on Friday on our next Fallout, if we aren't maybe there sometime during the week on some random day to get a little additional Fallout time in. And I want to get my basic area set. I do it every time. I don't necessarily like the settlers messing with my stuff, and I'm not a big fond fan of them stealing my armor suit or whatever. Even if it is my own fault, I still think, it's not yours. You knew it wasn't yours. Why'd you take it? Anyway. And I want to break down a little bit of my housing. I've made some empty slabs, and we can put those to different uses. I want to get the housing split out so everybody's not in one location in like a bunkhouse scenario. And I want to get things set up so when we start to have vendors or stuff like that in our bases, settlements, it's a little better planned out. So, I mean, all in all, not bad. Our settlement size is pretty large already, supposedly. We'll work on seeing if we can do something about that to make it a little bit better. But, we're just going to loot out and get rid of stuff and thin out some of the wastage and go from there. So we'll be more than prepared for things as they come up. I really wish there was a mod out there that snapped things to grid and determined like this is a straight line and drew it as a grid line so we could build a little better looking stuff, because even if this is 200 years in the future, it's not that hard to make a level at all. So things would still have an expectation of being level, and things would still have an expectation of being straight. There's a lot of things straight doesn't really work good if it's not. So this I have to twist a little more this way, I think. No, this way. There. And I put it in the wrong place. There we go. And that did not go the way I want. I also want to set up just basic defense stuff. I want to set up some pre-planning. Right now, we're not overly advanced. I think we're only like level 7 or something. I'd like to set up the basis for some future improvements. Kill box areas and stuff like that. We don't necessarily need that, but it's just good exercise. And it's also good if we can do that to an extent, because that increases the strength of our settlers. If it, by accident they're working together better, yeah, it's always good if we can get them to do a little extra. I don't know what's wrong. This piece wants to be right there. And these aren't very big fences or anything, but they are boundaries, and they do slow down movement. You can still move through here, but you have to jump over, and that works for us. So, what'd you guys do for your weekends? Anything good? Anything good at all? Bad? Indifferent? Crazy? Hopefully nobody needed bail money. That's always a bad weekend when it digs into your paycheck because you needed bail money. I didn't do anything, and I didn't need bail money, so yay. Of course, I'm old. If I need bail money at my age, I'm probably deserving. That being said, it's still good. Halloween's this weekend. This coming weekend, right? Yeah. So that's awesome. I don't know. I like it. It's Halloween. It's candy day. So why am I leaving workshop mode? Did I step outside the boundary for too long or something? I don't know. Let's see what our missions are. Nope. We gotta go to Starlight. Starlight's not that bad. I really am. We talked to our Mr. Handy from the past, and he told us that an occasional kid in the costume went, "Wow, I left work mode again the minute I walked over there. Must not be good for me there." Or I forgot something, or I'm doing something stupid again. Mr. Handy was saying he saw the kid in, the costume or whatever. So I understand there would have been extensive explosive damage, but a majority of this is looter damage. Oh yeah, I forgot all about this being right here, Grognak. A majority of this appears to be, looter damage, so I would like to know what happened that, you know, there's this much. I mean, toasters in the middle of the street, that's, I don't know. That's something for sure. Bathtub for Brahmin later. I don't know, it's just simple, kind of crossing back and forth here, getting the biggest of the big out of the way and trimming it down. And to an extent, it does look better, and it also clears up your line of sight on some stuff, which is very handy. So that's good. And just route of travel, clean that up some. And then the other thing is if we tie settlements together, we will have a bunch of stuff in our settlement to do some other stuff with. And this is not letting me select any of these trees. Oh no. Not even the dead one. That's kind of a dead spot right there. So whoever was supposed to make sure we could interact with that did a very not good job. But it's still good. I think this coming week we're going to do some more No Man's Sky. I'm not sure. We'll kind of have to see how things work out for us. I had some other stuff going on today, and I really just wanted some Fallout time to do some of the basic little things I'm doing. And some of this stuff gets forgotten when you start getting in a rush and you're just bustling from one place to the other. And Preston's not too shy about just sending you on mission after mission after mission. There comes a point that if you haven't taken time to do some of this stuff, then it's just too much. You got to put up some new housing, or you want to put up an attraction or cages or whatever, and then you have to spend an extra 20 minutes clearing a zone to do it. And I do really like games with the crafting. I'm not happy that there's not a universal grid system in this world, because, it would still be there 200 years later. But that being said, it is a pretty robust crafting section, and I appreciate that. Okay, here's a kill box. This is one. Let me look at my lines. Yup. Okay. So, yeah, just meandering a little bit here. Working to get some of the basics done. And I am just eager to get into the content and start making subs. Hang on. I heard something not good. Did we get them? They still got me a little bit, boogers. Really like this game. And it's very therapeutic. Um, I just I don't. It's one of those games that if I get messed up and killed or something, I'm usually frustrated based on me making a mistake, and you know it's a little more idyllic. I get a little better overall like end result from playing this in my brain. Scrap the lamp there. I'm going to try and stream the same schedule this week that I streamed last week. Probably pretty much the same games at the same times, give or take some. If you would like me to see to do a stream at a different time or some different games, let me know, and we can see how that works out. We'll see if it's a game that I play or I have any, you know, ability or desire to play. There's some games that I just I don't do well with. I do enjoy the cleanup because it kind of like it's closure on the opening scenes, and you're putting your mark on what is about to become. It gives you an idea, like when you're doing the cleanup, you're walking around the neighborhood, so you're going to have a better idea what your area is or isn't working with, which is good. I always forget how that goes. I'll have to think about it. And I like getting the stuff done so it's clean and everything's routed. Uh, Bring our chemistry set. I have in times past set up my entire personal stuff, like the arms table and the armor table and the chemical station and the cooking station. I've set it up in houses. I've set it out on one of these slabs. I've built a nice ornate place. I've put it in the sky. I've put some of it underground in the fallout shelter behind the house over there. It's usually every time just feels a little different on, what would be better this time. Um, I do like to be fairly centrally located, so if I'm doing something and we get attacked, I can be involved. I don't like it if they tear up my people. look at this. I was thinking of maybe doing some Fallout New Vegas. I like the crafting series and that. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to figure out the word. Let's try Like So it is not A. L-E-K-E or D-R-A-G? Or must? Oh, that's a different thing. A 10-second burn down on lockout. I didn't even pay attention, or I would have realized that I was getting locked out. We're just not having a good run at it. Finally. Boston. That was weird. Okay. Well, we've searched both places and and got what we needed. We don't need another office back here. Okay. Why isn't this Yabo working? Where'd he go? There he is. All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay. There's some of these areas I wish we could clean up a little better. So I don't like how they're like junky. A ton of picture frames in this house. Okay. I'm going to sit and pause for here just a second, get a drink at Diet Mountain Dew, and prepare for the next push. Stretch out a little bit. I was slouching. And it's getting dark. That's good. Keep grinding on here. I think we've done pretty much, except for obvious silliness, like I forgot the tires in the middle of the road. I think we've pretty much done. There's some stuff I'm certain I've missed or I've overlooked because I was just ripping through. But I think we've done enough that it'd be fairly okay. And the chairs, I've left them where they're. Some of the chairs, a majority of them, because they're functional, I've left them where they're at because people roam around and they just want to have a seat. So if I put chairs in one place, then it doesn't have maybe the necessary impact that I would want. I don't like them being all pulled apart, to be honest. I don't like them at opposite ends of the spectrum. I don't know what that was. I was trying to move, but it's okay. It's not bad. So, what was it? The Starlight Drive-In needed our help. That is just this way. So, we got the scoped machine gun. I do like the red rocket, but it's very difficult to sustain too much people on it. But I do like it when you have your provisioners going between. If you send a provisioner to Sanctuary, and Sanctuary is one of your water producing places, you don't have to worry as much about water here. And food either, because they've pretty much got that covered as well. I'm going out walking like I got sense. I wanted to see about improving a site for uh, the spray and pray. I don't know if I can put a site on it yet, but I wanted to check. Much better. It's not great, but it is better. All right, let's throw a save. Is it really only 9:30 in the evening? Wow. I hesitate here for a couple seconds. This chick. I tell ya. I did install Pretzel. Let's see what that's playing. I don't know. It's kind of awesome, that armor. Did we leave this big stump of twigs right here in the entry? Yep. Let's scrap that. There we go. Now, let's cruise to Starlight. Let's liberate Starlight real quick. And then we'll see if I want to keep burning or break out and do something else, or should we save Starlight for Friday? I think that's what we'll do. We'll stop right here with the cleanup. I'll upload this to Twitch and to YouTube. And then we'll continue on our way to Starlight on Friday, unless I play this some night before then. So thank you, everybody, for visiting. If you're of a mind, drop a follow when you watch this video. We would appreciate it. And we will see you later.